Welcome back to my channel, sports fans. Okay, let's get into this one right here. As I continue to watch this Spurs versus Knicks game, the Spurs are up 102 to 94 with 7 minutes to go. It's been a pretty good game. I thought that the first quarter started out pretty bad. Victor Wembanyama launched up a lot. I think it was like 0 for 4, 0 for 5 from 3, and looked like he was going to have a bad game. But it kind of picked up in the first quarter. The second quarter was okay. The third quarter was okay. The fourth quarter's been pretty good. Victor Wembanyama, since he was like 0 for 4, he hit another 3. Hold on. I think it's a 4-point play. Yeah, but he's going off. He's got like 45. And he's got pretty good 1 personal foul. He does have 4 turnovers, 1 steal, 4 blocks. No, he has 1 steal, my fault. 17 for 29 from the field, 7 for 15 from the 3. It's ridiculous. Chris Paul has 6 points. And Shohan, he has 16. Let me see. Bridges is going off. He has 35 points, 2 blocks. He's 14 for 19 from the field, 6 for 8 from 3. And let me see. Brunson ain't playing too good. He's playing real bad. He's like 7 for 22. And Karl Anthony Towns, minus 16, 21 points, 9 for 16 from the field, but 1 for 5 from 3. So it's a pretty good game overall. Like I said, Victor Wembanyama started out pretty bad. I thought he was gonna have a bad game, but you know how he does. He keeps shooting from 3. They're looking to see if he got a 4-point play. Victor Wembanyama. Let's see. Did he get? No, I guess he didn't get it. I guess it was a foul before the shot. We'll see if the next game is as good as this game. But if Victor would have not have showed up, I don't know if they would have won. I think the Spurs would have got blown out. But yeah, he's got 42. They had 45. They didn't count the 3. Oh, he's shooting another 3. Oh, he missed it. Let's see what happens, man. I mean, like I said before, they live in, especially Victor Wembanyama, he lives and dies by the 3. So let's see if it comes back to haunt him. Chris Paul got the rebound. Let's see what happens. Nope, Victor Wembanyama ain't gonna hit the post. Here we go. 5:34 to go. Is this Richard Jefferson calling this game? I was asking you guys. I didn't go back and look at the community post. There we go. Live and die by the 3. Knicks down by 2 now. Timeout. So let's talk about this. You had Perk, Stephen A. Smith, and Sham in the pregame show. They got to get rid of Perk, man. This guy is horrible. They was talking about Zion, and Perk started talking about, Zion has somebody on his team like Steph Curry to teach him how to come to games. That would be a better influence. And Stephen A. Smith went off. He's like, what are you talking about? You need somebody to teach you to stay healthy. You're getting paid millions of dollars to show up to games, and you need somebody to teach you and be an influence so you can keep your body in shape. They got to get rid of Perk, man. And they're not going to. This is cheap labor, folks. Most of these guys, they got working for ESPN, Fox Sports. It's cheap labor. They got rid of all the good guys, and this is what they got left. This is what they got for a pregame show. Malika Andrews, really? This is what they got, folks. It's hard for me to even fathom. These would be the people back in the 90s talking basketball. And not that it wouldn't be an ex NBA player, it would be an ex NBA player that made sense. We got a guy like Perk making up excuses for a guy that's making, I don't know, what's he making, 30, 40 million a year? And can't stay in shape? And then, of course, they had LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Curry sit-down interview. And LeBron talks about, oh, it was like the East Coast and West Coast battle of hip-hop. The Cavs ran the East, and the Warriors ran the West. Off of building super teams, folks. Off of building super teams. They could not beat each other without building super teams. Now, granted, the Warriors did beat the Cavs, although the Cavs were hurt. And the Cavs came back and one-upped them with the super team that the Cavs had. So Golden State came back and said, we're going to build a super team. I don't know if you guys saw that interview, but it was real weak, man. It felt like these guys was reading off a script. I know it wasn't a script in front of them, but it seemed like, they gave these guys a script to remember and act like, oh, we weren't friends. When it came down to on the court, you got to show that you're not friends, and it doesn't matter. We're going to take this from each other and blah 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 blah, all this nonsense, folks. It was cool in the moment, but when you look back at it, it was not competitive. The Cavs shut down the East with that super team, and eventually Golden State shut down the West with that super team. And both of them, in some series, barely even won. Here we go. So 104, 103, the Spurs and the Knicks. No, that can't be Richard Jefferson. He wasn't the play-by-play. Is it? It sounds like him, but it doesn't. It can't be, folks. Tell me it ain't. But if it is, that's all they got left with. I mean, they don't have too many people. Too many play-by-play guys. We're going back and forth, 106, 107. Yeah, ESPN, they don't have that many answers. I think, does one of these games come on TNT, maybe? Ooh, Wembanyama. That's what I told you. It was 106, 107, and the Spurs is down. And what happens? Wembanyama shoots a 3. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're going to live and die by this thing. And Wembanyama let New York get that rebound. Oh, my God, bro. I'm telling you, if the Spurs lose, it was all for naught for Victor Wembanyama. If they go shoot another 3. Oh, he hit it, though. Sohan hit the 3. Tie game, 109-109. Wasn't it last year a woman from the WNBA? Oh, there go the Knicks, hit another 3. A woman from the WNBA called one of these games, and people they were beside themselves. Uh-oh. 112-109. Knicks ahead. Spurs with the ball. No, but they had a WNBA play-by-play with what's her name? The one that always does a color analyst. I forget her name for ESPN. She was with JJ Redick for a minute. So it was her and the WNBA play-by-play woman calling one of these games, and people were pissed because they were disinterested in it. It wasn't good. Or no, I think it was a playoff game. That's what it was. It was a playoff game. Let me see. They got one of these games on TNT. So Paul just hit one free throw. They got all these games on ESPN and ABC. $111, $112 Knicks. 2:15 to go. Ooh, but Mikal Bridges is going crazy. Ain't this the Mikal Bridges one? He on the Lakers, right? If I'm not mistaken. I thought he was. Uh-oh, Wemby with the ball. Mid-range, no good. No good. 135 left. See, Victor, that's what I said. Live and die by the three. And not only shooting the three, he's not used to shooting these mid-range shots, guys. Layups and dunks or three. Oh, Bridges hits another one to send him up by 5. What are they going to do now? Nope, they missed it. Oh, almost in one. Guys, looks like it's going to be all for nothing. Victor Wembanyama has put up, let me see how many points he done put up so far. Let's see how much he put up. Of course, it's going to be slow right now. The internet. Let me see. Oh, they're up by, what is that, 6? Victor Wembanyama, he still ain't scored since they didn't give him that 3-point play or the 4-point play. Oh, he missed. Oh, Knicks got the rebound. How did they get the rebound over Victor Wembanyama in the middle? Or, how did they get that? Oh, he gonna shoot a 3 on him. Oh no, he about to. What y'all gonna do now? Chris Paul? Oh, he hit the 3. They down by 3. Did he call timeout? Oh. 38 seconds to go. Timeout, 38 seconds to go. Brunson had a horrible game. I mean, he got 20 points, but it was 7 for 22 from the field and 0 for 5 from 3. Wow. Let me see what Brunson's doing this year. He put up 24 points. 2 rebounds, 2 assists, 48% from the field. He ain't doing that bad. Only 2.5 turnovers, 43% from 3. 48% from the field, so that ain't that bad. He's doing pretty good. He just didn't have a good game this game. I'll tell you that. Karl Anthony Towns, the 3-point specialist, 1 for 5 from 3. 9 for 16. 9 rebounds. Towns is a minus 13. 1 turnover. 2 assists, no steals, no blocks. Oh, Victor Wembanyama, look like you're going to lose this game, man. This ain't looking good for you. Only took 4 free throws, hit all of them. That's the crazy part of this, folks, that this guy is I would think, one of the greatest free throw shooters of all time as a center. And this guy can't even get to the damn line. He's got 4 blocks. Oh, another thing is they're still in this timeout. But this is what I hate about ESPN and the play-by-play guys. Not only that the play-by-play guys don't say these are bad shots, that's a bad shot, that's a bad shot. And this goes with another thing is why the NBA is the ratings are down. Because back in the day, when you took a bad shot, they would say that's a bad shot. It don't matter if it was from 3, from 2, or if it was in the paint with 2 guys on you, they will call it out to play-by-play guys. They say that's a horrible shot, that's a bad shot. You come down and you just chuck up a 3 for no reason without even passing the ball around to get to the open guy or something like that. They will say that's a horrible shot. These play-by-play guys don't say nothing. It's just elementary. It's just another shot. They don't even say if it's a bad shot. That's another problem with the NBA. You don't have play-by-play guys calling it out. Back in the day, those play-by-play guys and the color analysts would call it out. 26 seconds left. Brunson with the ball. Shoots a mid-range. Misses. And of course, the Knicks get the ball. Wow. This one's over, folks. This one's over. It's over. And they got the rebound again. Knicks got the rebound again. Well, there it is, folks. The last shot Wembanyama took, he missed. 1-3, but it was a mid-range. And guess what, folks? He wasn't used to shooting that mid-range. To me, he could have went down closer on the block and just did work on his guy. You don't win every game, but to me, Victor Wembanyama didn't come through in the clutch. He didn't come through in the clutch. And Victor Wembanyama is looking crazy because he put in all that work. He let them get the rebound off a free throw. Wow, what is that? They ain't gonna call that out, folks. These play-by-play guys ain't gonna call that out. I'm from an era where the Knicks got that ball on that rebound. That's unacceptable for Victor Wembanyama to let them get that rebound, or the other guy that was on the line, not boxing out the other guys to get the rebound. There's no excuse for that. This is the star. 41 points. Mikal Bridges. He had 41 points. Victor Wembanyama had one more point than Mikal Bridges, and Mikal Bridges was shooting it on every level. He didn't need to do all that. Look, Mikal Bridges had 7 for 24 from the field, 6 for 8 from 3, only 1 free throw, only 1 rebound, 4 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 0 turnovers. To me, he outplayed Victor Wembanyama. Yep. And what's that? The third option on the Knicks behind Brunson and Karl Anthony Towns outplayed Victor Wembanyama in the clutch. Yep. That means his stats meant more than Victor Wembanyama. You gotta come through in the clutch. You can put up all the little stats you want during the game, but in the clutch, you gotta come through, Victor Wembanyama. You gotta grab that rebound. Actually, I think they got the rebound twice when the guy was on the line. Or I know they did once when the Knicks was on the line, and they was getting rebounds off of misses in the last seconds. So where's the accountability for Victor Wembanyama, man? And look it, Bridges was 17 for 25. Victor Wembanyama was 16 for 30. Yep, I just said that. Now Stephen A. Smith said that.
Although they lost, he went there and put on the LeBron, Kobe, MJ type performance. But Mikal Bridges said, "Hold on, big fella."
LeBron, Kobe? No, he put on a LeBron type of performance. He said, "Oh, he put on a LeBron, Curry, Kobe type of performance." No, he put on a LeBron type of performance that couldn't close in the clutch, couldn't get those points in the clutch. That's all it is, man. A LeBron type of performance get you a whole bunch of stats, but in the clutch, he couldn't get the rebound off a missed free throw, and he couldn't hit that mid-range shot. So he didn't put on no Kobe type of performance. No way. No way, folks. No way. And when I was watching ESPN, and they was about to talk about who was it? They were about to talk about Durant, Curry, and LeBron, and they said something about, yeah, Magic and Bird, they ran the 80s. Michael, he ran the 90s. And LeBron, what he said, LeBron, Steph, and Durant ran the two tens, I think. Damn, they just left Kobe out there. They didn't say nothing about the 2000s. They just jumped right to the 210s and was talking about LeBron, Kobe, and Durant, who ran the league with super teams, folks. They just left Kobe out of there. And, I mean, if you don't think Kobe ran it, I mean, you could have said Duncan and Kobe, something like that. But they just left Kobe out of there. And Duncan. That's great. This is what ESPN does, man. They ain't about nothing. And trust me, they didn't want to talk about Kobe for a reason. They don't want to bring up Kobe, even though Perk said it right there at the end. But during that, sit-down interview, they just left Kobe out of the 2000s and Duncan. Because they already know that coincides with destroying LeBron James in the 2000s, Kobe and Duncan. So they just want to leave that out. And you don't get no credit for building super teams and watering down. That's what they said. Oh, the 90s were watered down. What about the two tens? If you say that the talent was watered down in the 90s because of they added teams, which is a lie. It wasn't watered down. The talent was not watered down. Then what was the two tens? It was watered down with super teams, with two teams taking over. Basically, if we go from 215 to 220 or 219, it was watered down. And we can say at least the East was the entire 210s. If we go from 210 to 219, it was watered down because of LeBron James. The East was. This is the only way this guy could win championships, was watered down an entire conference. That's crazy, folks. And they still praise this guy in these interviews. Like, this is all they got, folks. It's the saddest thing you ever seen. The most hated superstar of all time. This is all they got. And the ratings basically show this. We talked earlier how he went to the finals in 2007 and nobody was watching. This was the dude that was supposed to take the he was supposed to get the torch passed on to him from Kobe Bryant. And nobody wanted to watch this guy play in 2007. Don't tell me because a big fundamental was there. I don't care. This was this guy's stage. You trying to tell me nobody would watch Michael Jordan because he played against the Spurs? Well, what about when Michael Jordan played against the so-called plumbers in back-to-back years? Utah. The highest rating finals of all time. So they want to see Michael Jordan beat up on some plumbers? So if you're trying to say they just want to see Michael Jordan, so how come they didn't want to see LeBron James at 22 years old in the finals? Because they know he didn't play nobody. He didn't go through Bird. He didn't go through the Pistons. He didn't go through the 90s Knicks, or you know what I'm saying? He didn't go through these teams. He didn't go through the 90s Pacers. He didn't go through nobody. He went through a 500 win Nets and 500 win Washington in a Pistons team that didn't have Ben Wallace. Right. So this was the 2000s, man. People still knew what basketball was. The culture wasn't watered down back then. I did a video on that. People weren't stupid. They already know this guy wasn't killing it for mid-range. He didn't have no paint work. He wasn't a good free throw shooter. He wasn't a good three-point shooter. He went to the finals without an all-star teammate, an all-NBA teammate, without a Hall of Fame teammate. He was there without an all-NBA defensive teammate. They already knew he didn't play no competition.